Yo, 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 yo. Pronounce it like the letter or don't say it at all. It's your boy S, and this is Barz Wrestling Media. Make sure you like, share, subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell for more content. Coming up next, Powerhouse Hobbs is now Royce Keys in WWE. Tommaso Ciampa debuts in AEW, and a bunch of other stuff. We're going to discuss it coming up next. Barz Wrestling Media Live. We on TikTok. Let's go.
Built this from the floor with a cord and a vision. Still independent, but it sound like a major decision. Keep the meter in the red, cause the heart's in the rhythm. They say the bars got wings, I just call it ambition. Mic check, we're live. Topic of the day, storytelling in the ring. Let's break it down and see why it matters.
Barz Wrestling Media.
Here's your host, Barz Wrestling Media.
Yeah, we back. Hey, man, y'all, yo, listen. Hey, yo. Yeah. You see the jersey. You see the jersey, Saved by the Bell jersey. Hey, man. Hey, man.
I need that, man.
Hey, man.
I need that jersey.
Hey,
TikTok shop.
yeah. Now I ain't even get this from TikTok shop, bro. I bought this off of this website. I got a bunch of novelty jerseys. I got this. I got Al Bundy's jersey for four touchdowns in one game. I got that. Yeah, boy. Zach Morris jersey, baby. Yeah. Yeah, I got the poke high joint. I got Martin's joint too. Dragonfly Jones. Silence. I got that too, man. Yeah. Hey, man, I'm just hyped up, man. I'm happy to be back in the fold, I didn't know that, it was that important for myself or Dub to be back in the trenches of Wrestle Talk. But, ask and you shall receive. And I'm here. Oh, all right, bro, no problem. Yeah, I know that snow was deadly over here too. That snow was nasty over here. It's nothing but ice right now. People were sliding all over the place. So let's start the discussion with the icebreaker. Action Jackson, what's good, bro?
What's up, man? What's up? What's happening, man? Glad I had you back, man. Glad I had some good discussion, some mature
Yeah,
wrestling discussion. None of
yeah,
this
man.
toxic talk and bull crap.
Hey,
Productive
listen.
talk.
I just want to put this out there into the universe, man. There's no toxicity over here. You know what I mean? We're about having a good time, having fun. It's all positivity, all opinions. You can have all the opinions you want. I don't care what promotion you like, dislike, whatever. It do not matter to me. I am not a tribalist. You know what I'm saying? I watch all wrestling. So it don't matter to me what you like or what you dislike. You know what I mean? That's just me. What everybody else do, that's on them. But me, I don't care. You know what I mean? If you support your favorite promotion, do that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. Yeah, it's looking like Alaska over here, man. Yup. I was fortunate. When the snow slowed down, I dressed like an Eskimo and I went outside and I started to digging. But ain't no normal snow. As y'all must know, anybody that got hit with this, see, I ain't even Yoruba though. I'm not Yoruba, man. I'm not Yoruba. I'm a BBO, bro. I'm a BBO. We Quiet State all day. We a Quiet State all day. Hey man, hey yo, you crazy, man. You crazy, yo. I'm surprised you even knew that. I'm surprised you even knew that. Yeah, so I had
I
to.
forgot you are Nigerian. I
Yeah,
forgot you did say you're Nigerian. I
yeah,
forgot about
yeah. So I had to start early, so I got up. I got up like 5 a.m. on Monday. That was when the snow finally stopped, and then I went out there and I started digging, but this ain't no normal snow. Like it's like ice. So I got one of these industrial shovels that's like a shovel and an ice pick at the same time. So I'm cracking the ice and then I'm digging with the shovel at the same time. It took me 3.5 hours of being in this cold just to dig from my porch all the way to my driveway to get a path to go there and then circle back to make a little bit of a path so then the mailman can cross over. Because let me tell you this, you gotta clean the ice and the snow off your property. Because if the mail carriers come through, and I'm telling you, they come through and they slip and they bust their head open, you will be in trouble. I'm telling you right now. That's how they doing it. You know? Now you might have some nice people that won't even care too much about it, but if you don't clean off that stuff on your property, guarantee they bust their head open, they gonna sue you. Straight, I've seen it happen already. So I'm not trying to fall to that. So I mean, yeah, not all mail carriers do, but I'm just saying, like, I'm just trying to protect myself. So yeah, I went and scrubbed. Now it's not perfect out there. It's not perfect, but at least they have somewhere where they can walk and dodge some of the ice. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's what happened. That's what happened with me. So yeah, but I'm glad to be back into the fold, and start this thing up right. I appreciate everybody that's been tapping in. Please, if you are in the chat right now and you're not up on the panel, please share this live. We want to get this live 100 shares. That's all I'm asking. We already reached the goal of 3,000 likes, but we want to get 100 shares on this live. That's all I'm asking for. I appreciate y'all. Exhausted. What's good, bro?
What's up, Barz? How you doing, bro?
Hey man. I'm happy to be back in the fold, man. I don't think
Hey,
I never been this hyped up before to be back on a live, man. I don't think I've never been this hyped.
I mean, you called it. We chopped it up last week, and you were like, "I'm gonna be here." So, you called your shot. You said you were gonna do it. So we're here. We're here.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I had to revamp the whole look. You know what I'm saying? Make it look even more. I'm a graphic designer anyway, so like I design my own stuff for the most part. But AI makes it so simple. You just give AI the idea, and AI does the rest. And I got things together, man. I'm just happy to be a part of what's going on right now. Yeah. But I'm happy that everybody, we're asking where were we at, where me and Dub were at, and like me and Action was talking. Like we said, it just was too toxic, man. It was too much,
Yep.
So me and Dub was like, man, we just had to take a break from Wrestle Talk and just, focus on the podcast, which we're doing well. By the way, we covered a lot of ground very fast in 2025. We covered a lot of ground. We did not expect to be moving that fast so soon. But, we got blessed with so many opportunities to elevate so quickly, you know? And it went from there and it became something bigger than what we ever thought. Let me just give you some guidelines, some things that's been going on. So we checked the analytics of our podcast. So as of 2025 and we shared this before, so I don't know if everybody has seen it. But as of 2025, you know, we were like, as far as like amongst wrestling podcasts. Now, this is big for us because, for one, like we just started. So to just be in that fold of new podcasts that have dropped wrestling content, just be in that mix is big. So we were like number 84 on Spotify. Number 84. So we just started and we got number 84 on Spotify as far as wrestling podcasts. We shouldn't even be in the top 100. So we doing something. Whatever it is, I don't know what it is, but we doing something. We was number 84.
That's good, man. For two brothers, that's good.
Yeah, so
100 for wrestling?
yeah,
Man.
man. Yeah, we
You
were
know how many wrestling podcasts it is? It's thousands of them, man.
Yeah, we were shocked. We were shocked. Now, I don't know if it was 84 for that particular week or if it was 84 for that particular month or overall, but just for the fact that we were number 84 within these other podcasts that drop content all the time, that's big. That's a good look. So we took it and ran with it, you know. We getting a lot of buzz up in Japan, and I know that's because of Odyssey. Odyssey been sharing our stuff in Japan. So you know. What'd you say, Dub? Hey, hold on, man. Why don't you come up? Why don't you come up if you can? Hold on, Dub. Let me get Dub up here real quick. Hold up, yeah. So, you know, like, it's just a blessing, man. It's just a blessing, you know, just for us to to get that, you know, and you know, I believe sooner or later we will be like, you know, probably one of the most listened to black podcasts on around, you know what I mean? Just in general. So, you know, like we just happy for that. We just happy for that. So, you know. And that's because of y'all. Y'all been supporting it. Y'all been tapping in with us. Y'all been commenting. Y'all been sharing. So that's just because of y'all. Appreciate it, bro. Appreciate it. Like, that's because of y'all. You know, we not tribalists. We are as authentic as we can possibly be. You know what I mean? We don't try to get no more authentic than that. We just try to keep it a buck, you know? So going into this new year, we're trying to elevate past that. You know what I mean? That's our goal. We're trying to get past that, you know? So, yeah. All right, Mr. Show, what's good with you, man?
I don't know what's going on.
What's going on? What's going on? What's going on, man? I appreciate you coming up on the panel, man. How you living?
Of course, man. Doing good, man. Doing good. Just trying to stay warm, you know.
Hey, tell me about it, bro. It was like 8 degrees this morning, man. 8 degrees. Like, I stepped outside, it felt like I was stepping into the Arctic. That's how bad it was. That's how bad it was, man. It felt like I was stepping into the Arctic. I'm like, man. Like, and I was dressed warm, too. That's the thing. And I don't even wear these, man, but now I have...
Don't front. That's
What?
old age. That's what that is. That's old age.
Oh, man.
You know you like 63, bro.
Oh, man. Hey, listen. If I'm 63 and look like this, just imagine how I'm gonna look when I'm 63. So,
Damn.
hey,
I'm about to be
hey,
40 next week.
oh man, happy birthday, bro. Happy birthday, man. It's a
I'm already
blessing.
am
Yep.
40, so
Yeah, yo, it's a hey, listen, man. Just in general, it's a blessing to reach the four O's, man. But
exactly.
but but just to let y'all know, once you hit them four O's, everything change. You know what I'm saying? You start
You
feeling
would know.
pains. Yeah.
You would know.
Hey, yeah. Hey, you should talk. You should talk. Wasn't you the one that was telling me about some back pains and issues the other day? Wasn't that you? I know
Bro, I
that was
pinched the
you.
nerve. I pinched that nerve in my lower back, bro.
There you go. And everything hurts at 40, man. Everything hurts at 40. So I tell people, man. You want to keep some of your youth. You better start doing that ginger root, that burdock, that
I'm trying to be like
turmeric.
Method Man, man. Method
Get you
Man.
some.
Method
Get you
Man.
some of that beetroot, like Barz say. Some of that beetroot.
Hey, listen. That beetroot increases the stamina. It filters out the blood. It makes you feel like Hercules. Make you
What
feel
else
like
does it do? Tell them what else it does.
TikTok language, but you might break a back or two. Hey man, hey. Yeah, you might break a back or two. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. Yeah,
Man, I'm doing good, man. I just like you said, like you don't watch one set of wrestling. Me, I just love pro wrestling. Period. Okay,
right, right.
I've been watching wrestling since 1988
Mhm,
when I was 3 years old. So
mhm.
Damn.
Damn.
I know. So yeah,
Well, you know what, man. Look, wrestling for me, man. Like I said, it's always been something that I was tuned into since an early age, and I will never ever be like a tribalist. I always would,
hmm
keep it a buck when it comes to wrestling. I like what I like. I I support what I support, but the thing is, I support everything. You know what I mean?
hmm
It
hmm
don't matter. It don't matter if it's NWA, TNA, like whatever. Like I'm all about professional wrestling in general. And the way I see it is that if you're a fan in general, then it don't matter. It don't matter. You know what I mean? What promotion, what anything. You know what I mean? It's all about the wrestling. It's all about the wrestling. That's how I look at it. Yeah. But just to let y'all know, we broadcasting right now on on YouTube, and we're broadcasting on Facebook right now. I was just checking to see what's going on there. So if you're watching from Facebook, if you're watching from YouTube, salute to you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Um, can anybody see the shares? Cause I can't see them right now on my screen. I don't know how many shares we got as far as the live. Can anybody see it?
it says 19.
Oh, okay, it's 19. Let's try to get them shares up to 100, folks. Let's just get let's try. Let's try. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I want to fill this whole panel up. I want to fill this whole panel up. Because there's a lot to discuss. Mr. Allen, what's good? Yeah, yeah. I want to fill this whole panel up so we can get this topic started. It's a lot to discuss, man. Um, I guess we could tap in with one of the topics, man. So Tommaso Ciampa debuted in AEW. What is y'all thoughts on that? Who want to start first? Who wanna break the ice? Who want to start
I don't
first?
even care, bro. I don't even care, bro. You know why I don't care? Because this stuff is going to be going on for years and years and years and years and years to come. So
Mm-hmm.
we know that Royce Keys, aka Powerhouse Hobbs, has left AEW to go to WWE, and now we got Tommaso Ciampa going from WWE to AEW. This ain't nothing new. It's going to continue to go on and on and on and on until it doesn't. You know what I mean? Because like they're already talking about when Johnny Gargano's contract is up, he's gonna be going to AEW. Who else is leaving AEW? Oh, it would only make sense because now they're talking about Chris Jericho leaving AEW, going back to WWE. It's all just like this rolling cycle. So honestly, am I surprised by it? Absolutely not.
Yeah, you know what? Here's my thing. Here's my thing, right? Hey, Star, you want to come up? You want to come up on the panel? Yeah. Here's my thing, man, and I don't have a problem with wrestlers going back and forth from different promotions. I remember there was a time when there wasn't that many promotions for wrestlers to jump ship. I remember when the two most dominant promotions were at the time was WCW and WWF. And before that, if you really want to, and before that, you just, and if you really want to put in the third brand, was NWA. You know what I mean? And then it was all the territories. But let's keep it a buck, you know. NWA didn't have the big TV deal, you know what I mean? Like what they have now. They got way more exposure now. But what I'm saying is that, you know, NWA didn't have a big TV deal. They wasn't on TNT, you know. They wasn't on Fox. They wasn't on these other, you know what I mean, these big stages of promotions. You know, WWE monopolized most of that, and then whatever was left, WCW got. So just to see like, you know, having all these other promotions that got TV time and wrestlers able to jump ship, I don't really have an issue for it. You know, I don't have a problem with it. You know, I think it's cool, really. But speaking of Ciampa, I didn't have a problem with Ciampa going to AEW, but the only thing I will say is that I feel like after a while he's going to get lost in the shuffle. You know what I'm saying? And my reason for saying that is that, okay, so AEW has a bloated roster just like WWE does. You know what I mean? Tommaso is not going to get the looks that a Kenny Omega gets. He's not going to get the looks he's not even going to get the looks that Andrade gets. He's not going to get the looks that Swerve gets. He's not going to get the looks that Adam Page gets, or none of these people. You know what I'm saying? If he had went to TNA, he probably would have got boosted right into the main event scene right away. You get what I'm saying? Because he's main event material, my opinion. He's a main event wrestler, you know? But if you think that he's going to get an alley-oop over the guys that I just mentioned, nah, that's not even going to happen like that. That's just my opinion.
I think the main thing, like what you said, you know, it's we've seen this before. I mean, we've seen the hype for the ship jumpers. You know what I mean? They said the same thing about Aleister Black, Malachi Black. They said the same thing about Rusev, Miro. You know, we've seen the guys go, and they're the flavor of the month, and you know they're hot for a good 3 to 6 weeks, and then, like you said, they get lost in the shuffle. And it's not necessarily their fault they get lost in the shuffle. It's a bloated roster, like you said. There's like 300 people on there. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, look, and it's not just the WWE guys. Look at guys like Josh Alexander. He was big in TNA, right? He came to AEW. Like, you know, he loses more than he wins. His singles record is woeful. His tag record, he has a good record if you look at the wins and losses. He wins in his tag with the Callis family, but one-on-one, you know, I mean, how many of these guys actually get elevated? You hear so often from the quote unquote IWC about how, oh, they fumbled this guy or they fumbled that guy, and it's like, but who's really been elevated above what they were in WWE or vice versa in AEW? Like Cesaro, Castagnoli. I mean, is he much better off now in AEW than he was in WWE? No, not really. He's a upper mid card guy. That's who he is at this point. You know what I mean? Like, you can't really look at these guys as Ciampa, like I said, Aleister Black, Malachi Black. They were never really elevated to this level where you go, oh man, they went up. It's like, nah, they played their role, they got their spot, and that's where they found a comfortable groove in. You know what I mean?
You know,
And that's
Ciampa be good at. You know, Ciampa be good at Ring of Honor. Put him in Ring of Honor.
well, yeah.
Yeah,
I'm right about
here's the thing. But here's the thing, and I would agree for the most part as far as the Ring of Honor thing. But here's the thing: Ring of Honor don't get much TV time. I feel like Ciampa deserves to be on TV. So you put him in Ring of Honor. How are we gonna see him? Honor Club? Who really watches Honor Club? Let's be for real. Who watches Honor Club? As much as I like Ring of Honor, Honor Club doesn't entice me enough for me to want to go spend some money to go watch it. You understand? I could just find another way and go watch it. You know, they don't have a TV deal. Even with them having Chris Jericho as their champion at one point, they still didn't land a TV deal. And let's be for real, like Ring of Honor is supposed to be their NXT, right? NXT has a TV deal, you know, and this is why I say what I say, and you know, I just feel like if anything, he should have went to TNA, you know, and he would have got boosted right into that main event slot. There's so many gaps within TNA. I'm not talking about gaps as in like something bad. I'm just saying there's room for another main event guy to be in there. You know, there's room. There's really not that much room in AEW, you know, for a main event guy, because there's so many other main event dudes, you know. So that's just how I'm feeling. Ref Dan, you got a question?
No, I just put my hand up because I just had something to say. When it comes to Ciampa jumping ships, and now granted, I only know things from the upper side of the independents, which is where I work, you know, being a referee and doing this for almost a decade. A lot of guys will jump back and forth because they offered me more money. I have kids, a mortgage, and, you know, a million other things. So I never blame them because that's business, you know?
Right.
But the idea of him getting, I think he wanted to leave WWE and all of its spheres of influence entirely. So I don't think TNA would have been a good choice for him, especially because he wants to leave the sphere of influence that is WWE, and especially with TNA working so heavily with WWE as of late, I think he just wanted to be gone from all of that. And I don't blame anyone that jumps back and forth and things like that, because that's just how business works. You know what I mean? An employee works here, an employee they get offered another job, or they leave a job and they go somewhere else and they get paid more money. You know?
Right.
And maybe like someone said in the comments, I not even pretend like I know how to pronounce Poppy Panda. He maybe wanted to try a new group of people to work with, you know, because he's been in WWE for a very long time. And with AEW, he has the ability to not only work with other people, he can go on the independents, seeing what the new up-and-comers are, you know, and just kind of spread his wings, because we all have a shelf life when it comes to professional wrestling, and Ciampa is getting towards the end of his. He's not entirely there yet, but a lot of guys will start looking at just at the beginning edges of that and be like, what do I want to complete professionally, personally, and professionally? You know, what are my personal professional goals? And so he might be thinking about that right now, and so that's why he probably might be one of the reasons why he left as well.
Now you know what? You bring up a good point because, like, in wrestling, in wrestling terms, he's considered old, but he's really not that old. He's only 40, and I just found that out. He's only 40 years old.
He's
Yeah,
a
but you're
damaged
considered
40. You know what I mean? Especially with
Is
that
he
neck.
40 years old? I thought he was older than that.
He's
I,
a damaged 40.
Yeah, I thought he
you're
was older than that too because he looks older than that. But I looked it up. They said 40. Now, it could be wrong, and they got his age wrong. But I looked it up, and it said 40. And then on top of that, on top of that too, they mentioned it. I forgot what podcast was talking about it this morning, and they said that he was only 40 years old. He just turned 40. So I'm older than
it's
him. I'm older than him. I believe that
so
some of
these
y'all
You older than
on
a
the.
lot of people, bro.
Oh, yo, here we go.
so
I have a
when it
question
comes
though.
to okay.
I have a question. I
Yeah.
thought I thought you had to wait 90 days to even go to a different
That's
promotion.
Not
I know
that's not
exactly what you're
always.
asking.
You get
That's
cut.
if the contract
Newer.
expired, so there's
Hmm.
not a no compete clause on there. Now, if they released him, there's
Mhm.
probably a no compete clause on that.
Well,
Okay,
hold on.
okay.
There's still with the non-compete. There's still stuff within the actual courts right now, whether or not non-competes are actually legal, which is still going through federal and district courts, which is a whole another thing business-wise. But his contract just did expire. He never renewed. He wasn't released. Everything just done. But when it comes to the ages of wrestlers, we have a joke that we say in the locker room when you're 20, you're just a kid, you're just starting out and things like that. You're 25, you're kind of an adult in the industry and stuff like that. 30, you're kind of getting geriatric. 40, you might as well be a dinosaur, and anything past that is how are you walking? You know, it's like like we will see guys that will work that are like I know a couple of like independent guys that only work maybe once every 6 months just because they still like to do things, but they're like 62 years old and they're out there doing full bumps and 30-minute matches. And I'm just like, and they're still decent, you know what I mean? But it's just like, how are you walking? You've been doing this for 40 years, you know?
Well, prime example of that. It's funny you say that. There's one wrestler that comes to mind that wrestles pretty good at his age, and that's Mike Jackson. So I know y'all heard of Mike Jackson. None of y'all heard of Mike Jackson? He was in TNA like a
No.
few years ago.
Nope.
All right, so Mike Jackson, I don't know. He must be tampering with the same tree sap that LeBron James is tampering with. Cause I literally seen this man walk the tightrope like Undertaker and do a hurricanrana and land on his feet. And he like 74 years old. Now he could pass for 50. He looks pretty good for his age. He said so. You know what I mean? There's a lot of wrestlers out there that can still move. That's because their philosophy, they go by a different philosophy as far as like preserving their shell life. You get what I'm saying? Like I feel like
You're completely correct.
and I feel like and the homie Too Cold Scorpio said that himself when I was talking to him. He said that the wrestlers of today, they do these spots that will bang them up so bad that they can't, that in the next 10, 15 years, they're not even going to be able to walk or they're not even going to be able to run or do much of anything.
Like Darby Allin, man. How's this man gonna have a career? If he's gonna have a
Bro,
career,
do not get me
past 5
started
years.
on that, man.
And listen.
Yo, man, I got a story about Darby. Holy crap.
I mean,
This
look
man,
at Osprey. Osprey's only 30 and he already had neck surgery. Like, I mean, yeah, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. Sorry, ref. Didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're fine. No, I have a separate story for Darby, but it's also another thing when it comes to wrestling. Everyone's body is built differently, and you need to decide how you want to go about your career. Like, the reason why I'm a referee, I got injured. It's just a small injury in my left knee and I'm fine today. Early in my training days, but I realized like, oh, my body, like I've seen guys make the same kind of small mistake and they didn't get injured. I got injured at 21 years old, and it's just like, oh, my body can't hold up to this as well as everybody else can.
Mm-hmm.
And I made the decision to become a referee because everyone's like, no matter what you do, you kind of fall back to some of your favorites. You fall back to your influences and things like that when it comes to your style subconsciously. So I had a
Mm-hmm.
real long conversation with myself. Who are some of my favorite wrestlers? And I just decided to just make a list. On that list, it was Tommy Dreamer, Raven,
Mm-hmm.
Sabu, Jeff Hardy, you know, Bam Bam Bigelow, Mick Foley, and it's just like what the one thing they all have in common: they are hard hitting, fast, and extreme wrestlers.
Mm-hmm.
And so I realized I'm just like I could either have a short 5 years flash in the pan, or make an actual career out of it. So that's why when I was finished with my what we would call general education, which is just your basic hold, your roll, not learning how to bump and all that stuff, I could either have continued on and become a professional wrestler, but I switched over to the referee track and then learning everything backstage, paperwork, how the laws work, taxes and all that stuff. And that's what preserved my career. And that's what, even if I'm not repping for people, I'm still being hired to do backstage work and still getting paid decently well to do that. And sometimes I get to stay at home in my pajamas, make $200, on a Saturday for like 20 minutes of work, and that will do everything for a show.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how I've been able to stay in the business as long as I have.
Mm-hmm. Well. You kind of said it yourself. You know what I mean? You preserved yourself. You get what I'm saying? Like you didn't. You did, regardless of what outcomes that you have had in the past, that kind of like shortened your wrestling as far as what you were trying to do. You know what I'm saying? You still preserved yourself at the end of the day. So if you decided you wanted to get back in the ring tomorrow, you probably could get back in the ring tomorrow. But there's a lot of guys that are just in the same age bracket as you or younger that 10, 15 years from now, they're probably not going to be able to do nothing. You know what I mean? And it's because they and don't get me wrong, I enjoy a high spot. If I see a high spot, I enjoy it. I'm not even going front. I done seen so many crazy death defying stunts and a lot of the wrestlers come out unscathed. I'm like, wow, how did they do that and get away with that? You know, but at the same time too, I'm like, man, is it really worth it? I mean, how many how many extreme high spots did we see last year on television on both brands on WWE and AEW? It was a lot. It was a lot. So do you guys think that that professional wrestling in today's world is like more experimental, like they're more free with what the wrestlers do and cannot do? Would y'all say that?
I
Well,
Any
think they're more. I
anybody
think they're
can
more
answer.
free I think they're more free in terms of uh, um, like creativity, especially on the AEW side. Because I mean, by all accounts, from wrestlers and Tony himself, he kind of lets them draw up their matches themselves. He lets them kind of come up with their own high spots, different spots. Whether it's weapons or like props or anything like that, and he kind of gives them the freedom to do that. You know what I mean? I mean the women's blood and guts matches. I know like Sky Blue, and she came out and she believe she was the one who said she like yeah I went up to Tony and was like yo I want to do this match, basically busted open the whole match, and he was like okay go for it. So like what you were saying, like I high spots are cool, but I like a high spot when it matters, when it means something. Like when every episode of Dynamite and every match has a high spot, are they high spots or is it just another part of that match? Because it's kind of like it's like what WWE has done with War Games. Everybody expects EO to be in that match. Everybody expects her to put silly trash can over her head and do her moonsault. And not to a dangerous degree, but Kofi, whether it was Kofi in the Rumble, every year he had his save spot, where he was jumping on a chair or jumping on the stairs or on the ring barrier or whatever it is. You know what I mean? Like if they're these, I don't want to say seasonal, but if they're high spots and spots that matter, cool. But like a few weeks ago when Darby took a belly to belly into the stairs for absolutely no reason, with nothing on the line in a random match on Dynamite, it's silly. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, the Darby takes a lot of crazy bumps. Did y'all see the bump that he took when he got thrown into the stairs? Like it was like a belly to belly into the stairs. Did you mention that? Exhausted, did you just say that or?
Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about. Yeah, literally, what was that, like 3 weeks ago?
Yeah,
it's ridiculous.
Yo, did y'all see the welts on his back after that?
Seen it.
Yo, it looked like somebody took a moped and drove the tires over his back, like dug it into his skin. He had these red marks over his back, like perfectly lined up and everything, and they were blistering. I said, bruh, that is crazy. Why? I was just like this. Why? Y'all ever seen the meme of I think it's the cat or whatever animal that is that just be sitting there and just going like this? I'm like, why? Why? Why would you do that? So
even though he's super young, Javon Evans, I'm a huge Javon Evans fan. But the stuff that he does, like 10 to 15, 20 years, I mean, you gotta, slow down at some point.
I honestly, like, yeah, Javon Evans does a lot of high flying stuff, but I don't think Javon Evans takes the type of risk that Darby Allin does. Or let me just put it like this. I have yet to see him take those type of risks. I've seen him take risk, but I have yet to see him take those type of risks. I think the risk that Javon Evans takes right now is pretty much safe because he can see and know where he's landing and he can adjust himself. Like I've seen some pretty big risk he took and he adjusted himself in midair and landed safely. You know what I mean? I've seen Darby Allin take risk and then literally try to adjust himself but can't and then land either on the cement or in a plate of glass. And we all remember that whole spot when he landed into a plate of glass. So, yeah. I want to hear Mr. Allen's take. So what's your take on high spots, Mr. Allen?
I mean, high spots now are kind of a little bit more dangerous than where they were back in the early days. I mean, because you always had these high spots all around, but what the kids do nowadays are a hell of a lot crazier than what I could even think about.
Yeah, absolutely. It's way different. It's way different. Yeah. All right, so let's switch gears real quick. Let's talk about Royce Keys, aka Powerhouse. So debuted in the well, he didn't debut yet, but he's going to be debuting in the WWE real soon. I'm hearing rumors of the Royal Rumble. And I'm also hearing that it was his choice to change the name, and he named himself after his son. His son is Royce. His son's name is Royce. So, what do you guys think about the name, and what do you guys think about how he's going to be treated in WWE versus how he was treated in AEW? Anybody can go.
Oh man, you know what I'm worried about?
Change.
I think he's gonna be okay. I don't think I'm worried they're gonna put him in New Day. I think they're gonna full around put him in New Day. I think he's
Nah,
gonna end up being in Big E. I
nah,
hope not.
nah. I don't think.
I hope they don't do no
No.
stuff like that.
I don't
They
think.
better not. They better not do that.
I don't think Powerhouse would agree to that, and I definitely don't think that would be a good look. Good look. You know what I mean? Because his character, like, all right. So prime example, right? So when they did it with Odyssey, it made sense because if you looked at his character in NXT, and he would say it himself because we had him on the show. If you look at how they did it in NXT, he was a vicious, athletic big man, but he's also was cool, fun loving, and stuff like that.
Cause he was with
Powerhouse,
Dawkins
huh?
when he with Blade and the old dude. What's his name? The
Who,
other guy,
who you
the dude
talking
with the
about?
blonde hair, the black dude with the blonde hair. Dawkins, the Blade, Malik Blade, and
Yeah,
what's it? The guy with the blonde hair. He ain't with the company no more. They had a little faction for a sec.
yeah,
They
yeah,
just
yeah,
stopped running with it.
yeah, yeah. What I was talking about when they lined him up with New Day. So when Odyssey was with New Day, it made sense because if you watched his character on NXT, you know his character was the vicious, fun loving guy. Like, you know what I mean? He could turn it off and on. But if you look at Powerhouse's character was always straight business. It never was nothing, you know what I'm saying? Like his character wasn't like that. It was always straight business. It was always serious. And I'm not saying Odyssey's character wasn't serious. It definitely was. But what I'm saying is that if you look at it, Odyssey's character had a little bit more depth and personality. So what I'm saying is that if they was to do that with Powerhouse, it would look kind of awkward. Y'all understand what I'm saying? It would look kind of awkward because his character does not display any dimensions of anything else besides him being serious. That's why a lot of people are saying that he should be part of the Hurt Syndicate, but they never put him in the Hurt Syndicate. You get what I'm saying? Yeah.
I think with Hobbs, Royce, I think just
Yeah,
based on guys like
that was right.
Oba, just guys based on Oba, Bronson Reed, Braun Breaker. I mean, Drew McIntyre's the champ. I think WWE, not to the degree of like 80s and 90s Vince McMahon style, but it seems like they might be starting to lean to the opposite direction of what AEW does, with a lot of more like smaller, high flying, fast paced guys, and they're kind of bringing up a lot more bigger, like powerhouse type guys. Not excuse the pun, but powerhouse type guys, and having these big guys. You know, like Trick Williams ain't a small guy either. Trick Williams is pretty big. What's he like, 6'4", 6'5"? So it does seem like WWE's leaning more into not fully, but again, they're adding some height and some size to their roster with Hobbs, and it seems like I think he's primed for a good run. I really do think WWE is going to give him a good run, and especially by the accounts of, you know, Tony offered him more money to stay in AEW, which is unsurprising. You know, Tony has a lot of money, and he's known to give a good deal. You know, but I shout out to Hobbs for betting on himself and saying, hey, you know what? I'm going to take less money. I'm going to go to WWE, and I'm going to prove everybody wrong, basically. You know, and I really do think he's gonna have a really good year. I think he's gonna faction into a big role. I really do.
Yeah, I think so too. But before we get to you, Ryder, so Dub brought up a good point. They definitely should put Powerhouse's character in along the lines of what they had Bobby Lashley do. Now, mind you, I do think that Powerhouse has a little bit more depth in his character than Bobby Lashley does. And when I say that, I'm talking about promo wise. Like Powerhouse can cut a pretty good promo. You understand what I'm saying? So this is where I say, like, they don't need to put him in no New Day. He either needs to be by himself, or you could probably create a little stable around him and start something from there. You know, I mean, obviously they have faith in him because he's not even going to NXT. They're putting him on a main roster right away. Right away, they put him on the main roster. So obviously, they have some sort of faith in him that he's going to succeed and do well. So,
Because
we
another
just
that I'm hearing Ethan Page is going to the main roster, SmackDown.
well, yeah, that's been talked about for some time. Yeah, Page has
Don't
been
get me
talked
started
about.
on Ethan Page. I like me some Ethan Page. Bob can
Yeah,
tell you, Ethan Page, that's my guy.
Ethan's due for a call up. I think he's overdue actually.
yeah. And not to cut nobody off, I want to welcome Ryder to the
What's up,
live.
man?
You know what I'm saying?
What's
You
up,
can,
man?
you can introduce yourself, let everybody know who you are. You know what I mean? And you can tap in on the discussion or what's your thoughts or whatever. Go ahead,
Yeah,
the floor
man.
is yours.
Yeah, man. I've been a wrestling fan since 2016 when I was 12 years old, man. And Goblin knows this. I'm in his lives all the time. With him and our friends. So it's always a good time. And I'm kind of like the resident AEW fan in the group. So that's nice. And I am really excited for Hobbs. I mean, he's and obviously and it was kind of already said on like online that it was never anything personal with him and AEW. Like it was just business. So, and I am really happy for him because I know he's going to be great. And the thing is, as you said that he's going right to the main roster, honestly, because you already have a built-in story, I'd put him with Ricky, have him feud with Ricky Saints in NXT because you already have that built-in story because a lot of those NXT fans are diehards and they're going to know, oh, wait, Team Taz, there you go. And they already have built-in chemistry. I think you can really tell like the shit wrecker, I break backs, kind of story in NXT where it's just, he's just mowing through people. Like kind of not in the same light as Oba, because obviously it's two different characters, but in the same light, you can just have him just mow through people. And then and then by the time, it's ready, like, okay, now he's ready to go up. You already have like, okay, this is it's not just because seeing is believing. And now like those main roster fans will be like, oh, okay, we see him now doing all this, he's going to destroy people. If you just hear about it, it's like, oh no, this guy from AEW, he destroys people. It's like a lot of them don't watch that. You know what I mean? Like the main roster WWE fan, they don't care. They don't, they're not like us. We're the weirdos. You know what I'm saying? Like we're the so. But your average fan is not going to know that. So I think have him mow through NXT, have him feud with Ricky Saints, and then by the time he comes up, you're going to have a superstar because he is truly phenomenal.
Yeah, definitely. And this is why I said that there's a lot more to Powerhouse, and I feel like he's going to do great in WWE. I don't see him failing. If they fumble Powerhouse Hobbs, then they probably gonna fumble Uber too. You know what I'm saying? So
Real quick, I'm sorry. And the thing is too, like with Powerhouse, you don't even have to develop him nearly as much as some of those other guys because the guy is already so freaking like he's like people forget the guy's an athlete. Like the guy is just a superb athlete, so you can do so much with him like right off the jump. Like you don't need to do the whole he needs to get more experience under his belt. No, just like have him either be North American champion or have him win the title.
Yeah, I hear you. I agree with you.
At this point, you can't develop him, man. He's 35 years old.
What was that?
35. He's 35 years old, man. He's 35.
Well, exactly. Ethan Page is like 34, I think.
Most of the guys.
Obafemi's 20.
Yeah.
How old is Obafemi?
Oba's in his 20s. I believe Oba's in his mid-20s. He's like in his mid-20s, I believe. Yeah. So most of the guys that you see now that are getting called up and getting put in situations, whether it's AEW or WWE, they're like in their 30s, You know, so they're pretty much seasoned. Even and Powerhouse worked the Indies, and I think he worked the Indies around where he's from, and he's been around a little bit, so he has a little bit more season than what these other guys that have been called up do. So it's going to be interesting to see what they got in store for him moving forward. So I'm like I said, man, I'm
haven't
anxious.
debuted in NXT
What was that?
other than the Rumble. I'd rather have him debut in NXT other than the Rumble, because the Rumble isn't Saudi.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't think he can. I don't think he can travel to Saudi actually, because I know he's had visa issues in the past.
Yeah.
Mm.
So like have him either debut in the States or in NXT.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. So let's get into this topic. Let's talk about Keanu Carver. Let's talk about Keanu Carver.
Oh,
now,
he's a beast.
Let me tell you something about this guy, man. And it's crazy because we've had this conversation on Ring Ropes and Turnbuckle where they said, and I feel like WWE be watching the podcast, because we spoke about them having an angry black man on the show, throwing people around, beating people up, and they done went and booked this guy to be just that. And a lot of people are getting offended about it.
Well, because if you think about it, they just called up one angry black man in Obafemi, so they got to replace him with somebody else, and you got Keanu Carver.
I mean, but really though, is Obafemi really depicted as an angry black man? As far as I don't know.
You know this guy is Carver Lane. This guy is Carver.
He's not
Lane.
that angry.
It's like Rocky 3.
Yeah,
Carver Lane.
I would look at Oba's character more of like a narcissistic ruler, like a king or something like that. I want to look at his character as an angry black man from up the block that just so happens know how to wrestle and throws people around all day. Now I want to look at his character like that. I would look at him like more of a Umbaku.
I have a question.
Like,
didn't Keanu Carver have an issue with one of the coaches on LFG?
Booker T.
Yeah, Booker T.
And
That's what I thought.
And the tribal chief. And he had the beef on Twitter with Roman Reigns, right?
Yeah, and he had issues with Jacob Fatu as well.
Mm-hmm. To be honest, that is kind of who you would compare him to be honest, Jacob Fatu, in terms of just what he did last week.
Yeah.
Because even though Jacob isn't, black for all intents and purposes, he kind of
portrays he portrays it on TV.
Yeah, Goblin, you say it, not me. I'll sound weird.
You know what though? It's funny because not to pat myself on the back, but like if you look back to like the when Evolve came out and I was doing like weekly reviews of Evolve, you can look on my channel. The first two of the names that I said immediately are like, okay, these guys are gonna be, they're fit WWE's mold and they fit everything and they're gonna be on NXT immediately and they're gonna be the future for what WWE does, is Keanu Carver and Kendall Gray. And sure enough, you could see from Kendall Gray's first match on Evolve, I was like, oh, she just has it. And same thing with Keanu Carver. You can look at a pro wrestler, whether it's in whatever company on an independent circuit, and you can kind of just that fits the WWE mold. You know what I mean? And Keanu Carver, he checks those boxes. And their name slips my mind.
Hold on one second. Hey, Dub, take over the live real quick. I gotta go do something real quick, so I'll be right back. But Dub got it. Go.
I don't know how to do that.
No, just hold up.
I'm messing with you, bro.
Moderate it, Dub. Just moderate it.
Yeah. I'll be right back. Yeah, all right. I'll be right back. All right. Go ahead. Exhausted. Dub got you.
Just the tag team. I forgot their name. The tag team on NXT. Is his name Tyson something? I think they're like Cup TNT or something like that. If somebody
TNT.
can,
I know you're talking about they used to be with Wesley.
yeah, those guys again. Those are that's another tag team that just fits that WWE mold. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. So Keanu Carver is definitely he's gonna go far. Even I'm not necessarily a fan of his gimmick so far. This kind of smiling, strong guy. The guy from LFG. He's in NXT now. Yeah, but he's another one of those guys that you can just look at him. You could tell that they fit that WWE mold. You know.
Shallow Hill.
There, yeah, Shiloh, yeah, the whole smile. It gives me like flashbacks of like early Bo Dallas, and it's really weird.
Yeah, I think.
What do y'all think? What do y'all think of the NXT tag division right now? Because I swear for like the last 2 years, I swear I've only been able to name like 2 teams, like Chase U and just Hank and Tank. That's the only 2 teams I can name. Worth noting.
I think the
After-
NXT tag division. I think it's I think it needs a little bit more depth. I don't think there's a lot going on with the tag division besides OTM and Dark State and who else is in tag division?
Hank and Tank.
Hank and Tank. Like, you know, they do definitely need a little bit more depth. You know,
You think that's why
the calling,
the Street Profits back down there to add some to that tag team division?
yeah, I think that's why they did what they did with the Street Profits. I think that has something to do with it, just to refresh, just to give them a little bit of a refresher real quick. I think that makes perfectly good sense. And my son, just to let y'all know, my son keep running around the living room like I don't see him. Like I didn't see him like 3-4 times. He thinks he's a ninja. He's running around right now. Thinks I doesn't see him. Okay, all right. You're hiding. You're hiding. I definitely can't see you. You're invisible. Kids.
Give me your Nagi.
Yeah. All right, Exhausted, man. Thanks for stopping by, man. I appreciate you, bro. Yeah.
No, the reason I asked about the tag division is just because when I think NXT and I think, like if you just close your eyes and think what is peak NXT? And to me, that's, black and gold tag division when you have just DIY, FTR, AOP, Undisputed Era. And I'm just like, if you wanted to say like, hey, Ryder, pick, what's your favorite NXT moments? It's like black and gold tag division.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
For
You know what I'm
sure.
saying?
I think the tag division of NXT was at their best when they were doing the black and gold thing. What's good, Smiley? Yeah, I think they were at their best when they had Undisputed Era and all the Enzo and Cass. When the Street Profits were down there, I definitely feel like that's when they were at their best. When they were at the black and gold times, you know what I mean? That's when they took the tag team division serious.
That's when it was just an indie. That's just when it was just a super indie on steroids. Is what I refer to black and gold. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like if you gave like early 2010s Ring of Honor to WWE's budget, is essentially what that was.
That's exactly what it was. Because they had a lot of Ring of Honor guys on their roster at that time too. They had a
And
lot
to me,
of
it's always it's funny because like me and Goblin were talking about this last night. It was because Ciampa debuted in AEW last night, so we were like the whole black and gold roster is just slowly becoming like Johnny Gargano is like the only guy who hasn't become all elite at some point.
Yeah, for sure. BJ, what's good, man?
What's going on, Barz? What's going on, everybody?
Yeah, man. Hey, man. Asking y'all shall receive. You see,
What up, Red?
What happened? Y'all asked for this. You in action that was on here the other day, and we was talking. Y'all asked for this, and I done brought myself back into the fold. You know what I'm saying? So I'm here. I kept my promise. I kept my promise.
Bars. I'm first of all glad to be on, but um, I've just been trying to listen because like, cause see, I've been watching NXT in forever. Cause like whenever I do watch NXT, it's like through clips or I try to catch what I can. Because of what y'all been doing, I'm gonna get into NWA again. Cause last time I watched NWA was like 2 years ago. So so last time I remember, I think it was EC3 that was champion over there, and I remember maybe a little bit of like what Damien Sandow, what Damien Sandow was on over there, but like I I stopped watching after Camille left, so like it's gonna take me a minute, but I'm definitely gonna get into it though.
Yeah, I definitely think you should, man. NWA has some great content, man. We've had a few of their wrestlers on our show, and they're very genuine, man. They're very genuine. They're very authentic. They're sticking to what they do best. You know, they're keeping that old school appeal with a
Yes.
little bit of a new school twist. You know, yeah, man. AJ Kazana is funny as hell. Casey Kazan is funny as hell, man. Those guys they
I
interact with us
really,
all the time on Instagram.
yeah, I really enjoy what's those guys, the Southern Six. I used to really like them.
Yeah.
So they were on one of my favorite tag teams. So I really like those guys.
Yeah, I look, if anybody can tag the Thrillbilly Silas Mason, we need Thrillbilly Silas Mason on Ring Ropes and Turnbuckle podcast. We
Let me
need
know when you
him
get.
on the show.
Let me know when you get him too. Let me know when you get him too.
We reached out to him. If anybody can reach out to him, tell him that he needs to get on Ring Ropes and Turnbuckle podcast, because we definitely reached out to the Thrillbilly a few times. I just watched an episode of NWA Power the other day. My man put in some work.
Hey, I don't just leave it alone because I'm trying to catch back up.
Oh, okay.
I
I
got.
ain't even gonna
I
tell
got.
you. I ain't gonna tell you. I ain't gonna tell
Yeah, I'm
you,
gonna
man.
watch the most. I gotta watch the most recent episode today. I'm gonna watch it before I lay down tonight. I might
Yeah,
end up doing the video on it, so just to keep the content flowing. Because
yeah.
sometimes I just do content on different promotions just to kind of see who has the interest in it, and then if I try to gauge the interest of like how I do certain stuff of like, okay, who's interacting with this content? Do they like it? Do they not like it? And like with me, I enjoy. I review something I enjoy. I used to enjoy NWA, so I can
What
definitely get
up,
into
though?
it.
What's going on, Big King? What's going on with you?
Ain't nothing, man.
That's
How
what's
y'all
up.
doing? How y'all doing? Y'all ready for that SmackDown, that Royal Rumble?
Yeah. Royal Rumble should be. All right. Well, you know what? I'm gonna pull back on what I'm gonna say about the Royal Rumble until
Go
after I
ahead, say
watch
what
it.
you. Go ahead, King. Go ahead, say what you got to say, bro.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull back from what I'm gonna say until after we review the show. That's I don't wanna
You want me to
go.
say it? You want
I,
me to say it? All right.
I'm gonna say that for my
You know I
behalf. I'm gonna
will.
take your advice. I'm not gonna say it like this, but we gonna have a whole bunch of surprise this year, and this the biggest ever Royal Rumble ever for 2026.
You think so?
I don't care who in the ring. I don't care who win. Noga they get the job done. Noga they making that money.
Well, I mean, they making a lot. I mean, if you talking about financial depth, they making a lot of money, but
And
they're kind.
I appreciate for Triple A doing his thing because I appreciate for I've been watching to tell you that I've been watching Triple A for years since he was young buck back then. I've been watching him since he been fighting between everybody in that ring. But now he about to have his own video game. I'm just happy with him what he booking this year.
You're happy with his booking?
I'm happy what he about to
Come
book
on,
this
man.
year for Royal Rumble.
Nah, come on.
Hey,
Come
look,
on.
hold on.
One person I gotta give it up to is my boy CM Punk.
Okay.
My boy CM Punk and AJ Styles.
Okay. All right. Well,
See,
all right. All right. So
see, I'm the
before
only.
go, hold on, BJ. Hold up. So all right. So I respect your opinion. You know what I'm saying? I respect it 110%. But I gotta have a little bit of rebuttal for you. You know what I'm saying?
Talk to me.
I don't feel like WWE has been at their best in 2025. I don't feel that they'd be at their best. Had they had moments? Yes, they have had moments. You know what I'm saying? But that's all they have had this whole entire 2020 is moments. The content, there's a word that we use on Ring Ropes and Turnbuckle podcast. There's a term that I've come up with. I'm going to copyright the term. And it's been toilet water. Toilet water.
Preach on.
You know what I'm saying? It's been toilet water. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm sorry, man.
And I'm not going against anything that you're saying because everybody's entitled to their opinion. But for me, knowing that WWE got all this bread, they monopolize everything on God's green earth as far as wrestling. There is no reason why they should be giving us the content that they gave us in 2025. There's no reason.
It's not the same like it was back then when you had Kane, Undertaker, Batista, Eddie Guerrero, Hulk Hogan, everybody, the whole legends. Now, it's not the same like it was back then, but I get everybody they props from back in the day now. I get them props for real, especially my boy, the OTC, the biggest tribal chief, the big dog, is my boy Roman Reigns. I gotta give it up for him.
So before I let Action Jackson go, I'm gonna just ask you this one. So you don't think you don't think that they've been leaning on Roman Reigns a little bit too much? That 2025 as far as them trying to get bailed out of certain situations, you don't think they've been leaning on him a little bit too much?
I mean, they've been leaning on him. I've been seeing him been getting into it when he was in the Shield. The first season I saw, the first episode I saw when he got into it with the wife. And he didn't like whatever she said to that man, he didn't like it.
Well, I'm gonna just give you my take, and I'm gonna let Action Joe, then I'm gonna let BJ go.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna just tell you this: you got all that young talent on your roster for a reason, right?
Yeah.
All the OGs need to stop leaning on the OGs and let the young talent and take a chance with the younger guys. You got Trick Williams, you got Obafemi, now you got Powerhouse, you got a bunch of other guys on that roster that can carry WWE into the next 10 years.
I can picture.
Take the belt. Hold on.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Take the belt off of CM Punk. CM Punk is not the CM Punk that he was back in the early 2000s. And I'm not saying he don't deserve his props as far as holding the title. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that they're leaning too much on the older guys and expecting results. I know that there's a lot of people out there that like the nostalgic feel of WWE, but these guys are not in their 20s anymore. This is exactly why Roman Reigns takes the breaks that he take. People talking about they need to put Roman Reigns back in full time. Don't you know that he has leukemia?
Yep.
So of course
Everybody know
he's going to take breaks in between to preserve his body. You understand what I'm saying? The only person that I really give a little bit of slack to is probably Cody. That's it.
Yeah.
The rest
Yeah.
of them, honestly speaking, the rest of them have to chill. They gotta like pull back a little bit on them guys and let the younger guys take. That's why they're getting hurt so much. Cause you're pushing them too much. You're expecting these results out of them, and they getting injured. Rey Mysterio just got put on the shelf again.
Bro, like, why you being nice about this shit?
Serious?
You
You got
being
put on
way
the
too
shelf
nice.
again?
You being way too damn nice.
Out of here, man.
All right, man. I'm gonna have to go podcast on y'all. Y'all gonna make me go podcast. WWE has been straight ass cheeks, dumpster juice, chitlin gravy. WWE has not been good. Now, I will give credit when credit is due. SmackDown has actually been fairly decent since they went to the 3-hour mark. Surprisingly enough, SmackDown has been fairly decent.
Mm-hmm.
But for the most part, NXT is running the WWE. Now, we'll see what they do now that a lot their bigger stars have been called up to the main roster. I like where they're going with Trick. I want to see where they're going to go with Oba. I like what they're doing with Carmelo, even though I prefer him as a heel. But WWE as a whole, outside of NXT.
We got Black History Month left. We got Black History Month.
Huh?
What you say, Action? He said something. I didn't catch everything that he said.
I didn't either. I'm just saying. Like, Barz over here being too. See, this is why we such a dynamic on the podcast, right? Because Barz like to get all sophisticated and nice, and I just go straight heel mode, and I don't even be caring. And that's why we have the dynamic that we have on the podcast. Hey, Big King. Hey, you're entitled to your opinion, bro. I'm not knocking you not one bit.
But I get what the whole saying. Like he just said. I don't mind CM Punk holding the belt, but CM Punk, you might wear that. Trent had a belt. Okafemi had a belt. Oh, my boy Bouncy. Those 3 people had the belt besides you all the time.
Well, I'm gonna tell you this. I feel like in 2026, we're gonna see that title, that world title play hot potato. It's gonna be jumping a little bit. Now I don't know how many times it's going to jump.
I feel like the WWE is better when there's hot potato going on with all the belts because everybody's getting a chance. These long title reigns, like that should have ended with Roman. These long title reigns should have ended with Roman and left it at that. There should have been more of a hot potato style going on between with Cody and Cena and now Drew McIntyre. I feel like honestly. We know he's about to retire. I feel like AJ Styles should have had a quick run with it. You know what I'm saying? I feel like there should have been more of an opportunity to go around. Back like y'all remember back when Raw was War and there was all like Stone Cold was always putting the belt on the line. The Rock was always putting the belt on the line. Triple A, whoever had the belt was always putting it on the line on Raw.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I.
Yeah.
It just ain't Finn Balor. He get like he
y'all
got
give me
mad.
y'all give me 1 second. Y'all give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Okay, I'll be right back.
Okay.
Go ahead, Dub. You can
say?
navigate.
But
Go
it just ain't Finn Balor. He got upset because he want to be the part of the Royal Rumble. But said it's already booked. You wait for sooner than later before people book the pay-per-view. You wait for the last minute to want to get involved, to want to get in it. You don't got Dominant no more. You don't got Dominant Mysterio no more. You don't got your other buddy no more. You only got Neil Morgan. Say what? Oh, my bad. How y'all doing? How y'all fellas doing over here?
We're doing good.
But yeah, but Finn Balor, I understand you mad because I understand I understand you upset because you wait for the last minute to soon somebody book the pay-per-views. You just like the New Day. Y'all get mad because every time somebody start a pay-per-view up, you get mad because y'all not in it. You wait for the last minute. All you had to do is watch
who's not in what? Who's not in what?
Who that was? The New Day. They got mad one time because I think it was a last pay-per-view match. I think they got mad because I think what it was. It was some pay-per-view that they had. And they got mad because they didn't get in. Then Finn Balor got mad because he didn't get in this Royal Rumble match.
Well, honestly speaking, and then we're gonna move on because I want BJ to speak and I want Action
go
to
ahead.
speak. Yeah.
I was gonna go off.
Yeah. Hold on, I'm gonna let you talk, but I just want to answer what he was saying.
I'll
Then
go
I'm gonna let BJ go. I'm gonna let you go. So here's the thing, right? You know, at this point of New Day's career, I don't see them doing any much of anything else. You know what I mean? Because they kind of did everything they could do as far as tag team.
Here you go being nice again.
You know what I mean? No, but I'm not being nice. I'm just saying I don't see them doing anything else. If they put them in a
Can we keep Grayson
situation,
Waller out the group?
huh?
Can we keep Grayson Waller out the group? I mean,
I don't even know why
don't
they
look
put him
right.
in there in the first place. Honestly, I don't
It
know
looks
why
like-
they put him there in the first place. But I just feel like they put him in the group just as a filler, But I feel like Grayson Waller deserves a little bit more than that. You get what? Because Grayson Waller's pretty good. You know what I mean? But he hasn't got a chance to show that because they got him in this situation right now. You know, but I feel like as far as Finn Balor definitely deserves to be in the Royal Rumble. Finn Balor definitely deserves to have a belt around his waist. And I don't think it should be a tag belt. You know, he never really got an opportunity to redeem the fact that he had to drop the belt back years ago from injury. He never really got his opportunity to redeem that. They put him in these little situations here and there, like they about to boost him, and then they pull him right back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like if they're not going to utilize him properly, just let him finish out his career, let him finish out what he's doing, and then let him go somewhere else. That's how I feel. That's how I feel
But
about him.
everybody was thinking like if they do bring him back, they were asking if they do put him in the Royal Rumble, should he bring that demon back?
Well, I would definitely would like to see the Demon Finn Balor back, but I don't think they're gonna do that no time soon. But all right, so I want to move on before we close out. I want to give Action a chance to speak, and I want to give BJ a chance to speak. So I'm gonna let BJ go first, and then I'm gonna let Action go first, and then we're gonna close out. So go ahead, bro.
Okay, so what I was gonna say was, I do think that overall, WWE's booking has just been terrible with the 2025. I stopped watching after Mania. Well, I stopped watching completely after SummerSlam. Really, I just kind of started watching more so AEW, and that's where I've been. That's where I've been mostly now. But it just kind of at this point, it was continuously being reminded of like, yeah, this isn't what I would want it to be. I'm not. And then when you got me losing interest, that's when I kind of phase out. Like whenever you start boring me with certain things, that I never like being bored when it comes to wrestling. And one thing I like about AEW is they keep me engaged. Versus with WWE, they it just seems that they don't have anything that's engaging anymore.
Well, you're absolutely right. I think the problem is with WWE is that they have their faithfuls that have gotten comfortable with the content that they've been putting out, and their faithfuls don't call him out. Not for nothing, salute to the brother, but we just had one of them on here. Like, you gotta call them out on their stuff, And when you do call them out, they get pissed off. What Triple H say? What Triple H do when the fans was calling him out at one of the events? What did he do? He turned around and he started like riffing at them. Like, why you mad when we're telling you we just want better? That's all we asking for. Just do better. You know what I mean? You have all the resources. You have all the resources in the world to elevate, to put people on the map. And you keep giving us this hogwash, this chicken scratch, and then you don't expect nobody to be upset about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and the other thing is, I think after that interview he did with Peter Rosenberg, it didn't make it any better.
Yeah.
It did not make it any better because of the fact that, like, you sit up there and you tell somebody you're not a real fan if you don't like what you're watching.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not supposed to look at wrestling with a critical eye and like look at it and say, you know what, this should be different. This should be different. This should be different. Like, it shouldn't have taken this long for them to bring up black talent. It should not have been this long before they changed the title scene the way they have. I mean,
all right. So I know we got to end real soon, but let me just, like, you just hit something real quick. I'm gonna let you go action, but let me say this real quick, right? The minute that we started clamoring about black talent in the WWE is when they started calling up a bunch of black talent. Not to mention, what have they done the past few weeks? They've called up so much black talent to the Performance Center from the indies. Some of the guys we've had on the show recently. So they called up Blade Brown's one of them. You understand what I'm saying?
Three gentlemen from Ashe Wrestling were at a tryout as well, from what I saw.
Yeah, LeBron Cozone was another one. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, why do we have to like start clamoring about it before you do something about it? You know what I mean? No one should have had to say nothing. You should have already been on top of it from the beginning when it came to black talent, because there's so many
allegations.
That's all he's trying to do, and this is why I say it. To me, it don't seem really authentic, because all you're trying to do is just get the culture to shut up. You don't want us to really say nothing, so that's all you're really trying to do, But yeah, I just wanted to tap in on that real quick. Action, man. Go ahead, man.
Oh boy. Boy. Let me start with the way they treat John Cena's farewell tour was trash. That was a fumble.
Mm-hmm.
That was a definitely fumble, man. Like, man, you trashed that at WrestleMania. You turned him heel, and then you turned him back face. And then you had R-Truth. You fired R-Truth. You brought him back to cut his hair, name him Wrong Killings, and then you did nothing with him. You made him be stupid again.
Well, you see what happened on Unreal, right? You see what happened on Unreal.
I haven't watched it.
Okay. Well, I didn't watch. I just seen the clip. So, and this is something that we probably going to talk about next Thursday, along with some other things that I'm gonna put together.
Not. I refuse to watch that shit.
No. I'm gonna talk. I don't watch Unreal, but I want to talk about the Pacific interview that he had on the Breakfast Club. And a few clips that were discussed about what Triple H said versus what he said. You know what I'm saying? Now, we all know that he was fired. You know what I'm saying? Let go, expired, whatever you want to call it. He wasn't there anymore. I don't think that his family members will actually get out on social media and say that he was let go without having the facts together. You know what I'm saying? Triple H tried to stay face on Unreal and say all these other things that was opposite of what R-Truth was saying. And I don't feel like it's fair. Just take it on the chin, bro. Y'all got rid of him. Simple as that. Why we gotta lie about it?
Yeah.
And then you got everybody else trying to agree with Triple H and try to make R-Truth look like look like he's falsifying things. You know what I'm saying?
And then another thing, you made Jey Uso have the title, then you made him be like a side chick for the title. He basically was like the side chick. And you gave it right back to Gunther. After you made Gunther tap out. Like, come on, man. He basically was the side chick for the title.
I don't you know what? I just don't think I don't think they really had, all right, so they were rewarding him. Like, the more I think about it now with Jey Uso, I feel like they were rewarding him for what he did with the fans. I feel like that's what they were doing. I do feel like I got a lot to say about this, but you know what? I'm gonna save it for next week because I'm gonna put something together like I did tonight. I want to be organized on my thoughts. I don't want to just like blurt out things and then have to backtrack later. So I wanna save my thought because I got a lot to say on this whole Jay thing. You know what I'm saying?
And another thing, the Street Profits. I thought we were supposed to break them up. It's been in there a whole year. Are we going to break up or not? Who's going to turn heel? What's going on here? It's been a year.
Well,
almost 2 years.
Well, I'm gonna
What
tell
are
you.
we doing? And then you're going to demote? I mean, what's going on here?
Well, I'm gonna tell you like this with the Profits. I'm gonna tell you like this with the Profits. What was said was they were pulled from TV to revamp their characters and give them a fresh start. So that's what was said. Now when they're gonna come back on TV, I have no idea. But yeah, man, that it is what it is with that. It is what it is.
You gotta get rid of these old farts too, man. Get rid of these old farts, man. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I like Rey Mysterio more for the rest of you. Gotta go, man. AJ Styles, I like you, man. Go to TNA. I respect you. The old farts gotta go.
Well, not to cut you off, but before we cut out, like you just spoke of the AJ Styles thing. Now, here's what I'm hearing now. I'm hearing that he's like retiring from WWE, but he's going to take other matches elsewhere. But he's still going to retire in 2026.
He's already said that the WWE contract was his very last contract, right? Mm-hmm. People are making a big deal out of the fact that he re-upped his trademark for the P1 symbol and for the phenomenal AJ Styles moniker. Well, he actually came out and said, just to clear things up, I already owned both of those. I loaned them out to whatever company that I was working for. But if you look, it showed the trademark application. The trademark application wasn't for nothing else but news and media. Mm-hmm. So that leads me to believe, and a lot of people that actually can read, because if you get on Twitter, these marks are starting to throw, not marks, the sickos are starting to throw together all their fantasy matches with him and Will Ospreay and Kenny Omega and him going to AEW. Number one, I think he's past that whole AEW thing. He had several chances. So? I don't think he goes to AEW. He's had several chances to go to AEW, and he's turned it down every single time he's had a chance to go there. Why, at the age of 50, why would you want to go there now? Right?
Yeah.
He's in good shape. He's in good shape.
He might be in good shape, but also think about it. He's 50 years old. The way they wrestle over there, he ain't going to be able to hold up. That's why people are thinking that Tommaso Ciampa went over there right now instead of waiting because, yeah, he's only 40, but he had neck injuries. He done had knee injuries. He ain't got too much left on the wheel either, so he's trying to get the most of it he can. AJ Styles is 50 years old, right? Mm-hmm. He has no reason to go to AEW. No reason, unless himself wants to get in the ring with Will Ospreay. but I personally don't care to see it. You know what I mean? I feel like he goes. I feel like he goes and gives TNA one more run before he really calls it.
I
You
Yeah,
think
think
there it
WWE
is.
gonna get him
Thank
to?
you,
I
exhausted. Thank
agree.
you, exhausted.
I agree. I agree. I think he goes to TNA and gives it one more run. If he does wrestle one more match, or a handful of matches, I think he does it in TNA. I don't think, or I think he does some in TNA and does some in New Japan. I do not see him going to AEW. You know, is it a nice start? Yeah, it's a nice start. You know what I mean? Because there's so many matches he could have in AEW, but considering his shelf life, and he's trying to preserve what he has left, I think the safer bet is for him to, like, if he decides to go further after WWE, it's TNA and New Japan and done. That's it.
And they're also saying that WWE might try to swerve us all, have him beat Gunther and sign him through WrestleMania, and then let him retire at WrestleMania. So this actually may not be it. If Triple H and Nick Khan decide to swerve us, we may see him at WrestleMania.
But why would you want to do that to a character like him? We want to make Gunther stronger. Don't you want to make Gunther stronger?
Well,
Don't you want him to be a
Well, there's
stronger
ways to
character?
make him look strong, even in a losing fashion. Because I read something along the lines of they may have AJ Styles beat him, and then he turns around and wins the Royal Rumble. See, that's one way to keep him looking strong,
Mm-hmm.
while
Yeah.
also preserving AJ Styles.
Mm-hmm. I mean, whatever they do, I just hope they do it justice. You know what I mean? Because he deserves it, and he's really AJ Styles hasn't really had too many bad matches. Honestly,
No.
he's been one of the more consistent guys in WWE. You know, he's been one of the more consistent individuals. Like, you could, even his bad matches were still pretty good. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, like, you know, whatever he decides to do, you know, it basically, he deserves it. He deserves every opportunity he gets. That's how I'm looking at it, you know. But we are winding down. It is almost 10:30 Eastern Standard Time. For everybody that is still in here, I appreciate you guys for tapping in. I appreciate you guys for supporting the Ring Ropes and Turnbuckle podcast. I appreciate y'all for requesting Barz and Dub to return. I know Dub is going to get back on the lives real soon, and we're going to do this on his end as well. We appreciate you guys in general. We're going to be back doing this again next Thursday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The same rules apply. We're going to have even more topics to talk about, and that's just that. You know what I mean? Exhausted.
Dang, cuz, that's crazy. I wasn't even paying attention. I'm over here looking at my laptop screen. That's crazy.
Yo, he coming at you crazy.
I was waiting on Panda to join in too, because you know Panda been going at me for being old for the longest time. So I've been waiting
I
to
was
see Panda hop in here
I
too.
tried I shared it with him, but he didn't want to come. I mean,
Yeah,
I guess he wasn't online.
yeah, he probably wasn't online. I know Panda be teaching his jujitsu classes or whatever. So yeah, but
It's all right, Goblin. I got you.
yeah. So make sure you guys tap in with Ring Ropes and Turnbuckle on Friday. We're gonna be interviewing Alex Evans. He's gonna be on the show with us on Friday. We still have an episode of State of Professional Wrestling coming up. That's to be announced as far as the guests that we're going to have on the show. We're getting that together. We also have another segment that we're going to be introducing to Ring Ropes and Turnbuckle, and we'll talk about that next week. But it's going to be dope, and it's going to be a chance for a lot of wrestling content creators to really test themselves as far as knowledge, wrestling knowledge, and as far as their fandom. It's a game.
Fuck all that.
It's a
Fuck
game
all
that I created.
People gonna be outing themselves. That's what
Well, yeah, you're gonna be outing yourself, but it's a game that I personally created, that I put together myself, you know, and we're gonna talk about it next week. It's gonna be something crazy, and we're gonna talk about the segment that's to be announced. Probably gonna start it real soon, but I want to make sure that we get the guest on the panel together first before we announce the first episode of this new segment that we're going to be doing. So, like I said, I appreciate you guys for tapping in. I will see you guys next week. Same Barz time, same Barz channel.
No, you didn't. Motherfucker, no, you didn't.
Hey, yo, if you watch on YouTube and Facebook, just wait till you see the outro. Y'all can't see it on TikTok yet because I haven't been able to link my TikTok.
I'm about to move over there now so I can see this. See what you did.
I haven't been able to link my TikTok to everything that we got going on. But just look at the outro, and y'all going, it's dope, but y'all going to laugh as well. So, I'll see you guys next week. Barz Wrestling Media Live. Deuces. Yeah. If you are still locked in with me, I appreciate you guys for tapping in with you boy on Barz Wrestling Media Live. We will be doing this again on Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube next Thursday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll be locking in for like an hour and a half, 2 hours, if possible, and we'll be talking about some more topics. I appreciate you guys for tapping in. I will see you guys again soon. Barz Wrestling Media.
Tune in, same Barz time, same Barz channel for more.
Barz Wrestling Media Live! Barz Wrestling Media.
Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel.